Hello and welcome. In this class, I want to show you our first project, the website we will be creating. This is a single page website, and it is a website for a company, an imaginary company we will be designing for. The name of this company is TC Travel Consults. TC Travel Consult is a travel company specialized in visa assistance for people that want to study abroad, to go and work abroad, or that want to travel abroad for tourism. The very first thing you want to observe on this website is a beautiful logo that is on this end, and then we have the menu bar with the nav distinct buttons, as you can see. Now this menu, even though it's a single page website, we have menu right on it. And when you click on any of this menu, it will take you straight to those very sections on the website. So you click on the testimonial, it takes you there. And even if you click on the contact us menu, it takes you right there. Now the very next thing you want to observe is the hero section that has a beautiful tagline and a call to action button with beautiful background that are animating, as you can see. So when you click on this call to action button, it takes you straight to that very contact us section of the website. And the next is the about us. We have a very beautiful image here with beautiful hover animation effect and the details about the company. Then next we have our services that has, and then they offer 3 different services: the work abroad, study abroad, and tourism services. So when you click on or hover on any of this image, you see beautiful hover effects. And next we have the testimonials of different satisfied customers, and their images also have beautiful hover animation. And finally we have the contact us section, and this contact us section has a form which clients can fill or prospects can fill to request a callback from the company, and they can also see the address, the email, and the contact number. Now we will be customizing this very form such that the moment a client comes to this website and fill this form, he or she will receive an automatic email from this company, and the admin also of this website will receive an automatic email. Finally, we have the footer menu, and this footer menu is simply having the year and the name of the company that is powering this very site. Okay, so that is what we'll be designing. And then one other thing I want to tell you is that this website is completely mobile friendly, and so when we want to check how friendly a website is with mobile, you just right click on Chrome and click inspect, and then you come look for this phone icon. By default it's going to be here, so you look for this phone icon and click on the phone icon. When you click on the phone icon here, you're going to see how it is going to display on mobile phones. You can choose different type of phone. Let's say we're choosing iPhone SE. So this is how this website is going to display on iPhone SE. Okay, this is how this website is going to display on iPhone SE. As you can see, it is absolutely and completely mobile friendly and mobile responsive. So we'll also check the menu. As you can see, when you click on the menu, it takes you straight to the menu. So it has a very beautiful mobile menu. So this is a beautiful website we will be creating, and I will be showing you everything you need to create a beautiful website like this, so you can go about creating websites like this for your clients or will-be clients. You can also use this as a project. However, concerning the form, we won't be able to fill the form now. I won't be able to demonstrate this for you because this site is on a local server. However, if you are building on a live server, you'll be able to demonstrate what I told you, that you just fill this form. The moment you fill the form, you would be able to get an automatic email. The admin will get an automatic email, and the person filling the form will get an automatic email from the website. So let's dive right in to get started. Hello and welcome. In this class, I'll be showing you how to install WordPress on a local server. For us to install WordPress on our local server, we're going to need XAMPP server. XAMPP is a server that we'll be using, and it will help us to be able to run MySQL and Apache directly on our local machine. So all you need to do is just come to your browser and type XAMPP, XAMPP on your browser, and then this is their official website, apachefriends.org. So you go there and you download the very version for your system. So what I'm using is Windows, so I'll go download that for Windows. Okay, and then you also come to your browser and type wordpress.org. Now when you come to wordpress.org, all you need to do is click on Get WordPress. When you click on Get WordPress, you download the latest version. Okay, download the latest version. When you click on that, it's going to download, and you check it's also already downloading. And there is another thing I want to show you, that's the WordPress.com. WordPress.com is different from WordPress.org. Okay, WordPress.com is a business, is a company of its own, and they have plans and pricing. They help you build your site, but you're going to build your site on their system, on their very this thing. They have WordPress hosting, domain names, website builders. You can also create all this on this very site, and they have is a business, so you're not really using it differently. You can actually get a free domain for 1 year, best in class hosting. You remove WordPress.com and ads on your services. You can actually get a free service too, which is going to have a WordPress.org extension on your site, whereas when you go for the paid services, you don't have a WordPress.org extension on your site, and there will be no ads. But if you're building on a free plan, there will be ads on your website. So what we are using is a WordPress.org. We've already downloaded, and we'll just go ahead to install it. We've also already downloaded our XAMPP server. So all you need to do now is to go forward to your to go down to your download folder and just double click and install. So I already have that. I already have it installed, so there will be no need of installing this. So you just come to your download folder and install the XAMPP server. Okay, and then we'll copy this very WordPress folder and take it to our drive C. In our drive C, we'll look for XAMPP. The XAMPP we just installed, and then we'll come to htdocs. Look for htdocs. So in the htdocs folder, we'll create a folder for what we want to run. Okay, so let's say we are trying to, the website we want to create is me and you. Okay, so it's me and you, so that's the name of our website. We just copy that, me and you. Okay, and then so we now the WordPress we downloaded, we'll copy it and take it to that very folder we just created, the me and you folder. And so we'll extract the files here. So having extracted the files here, the next thing we want to do is to delete this zipped folder and then copy everything within the WordPress folder, put them directly outside the me and you folder, and delete this folder out. So having done this, the next thing we want to do is to go and run our XAMPP. So wherever you install your XAMPP, you just go there and run it. Okay, so when you run your XAMPP server, it's going to come up this way. You come to the Apache, you start, you come to the MySQL and start it. So having done that, you go back to your browser and you come So when your XAMPP is up and running, ensure that it is up and running. When it is up and running, you come to your local host. You come to your browser. Just create a new tab and then write localhost / php my admin. Okay, you run that on your browser, so it's running. Now when we come into the php my admin, what we need to do is to click on new. We'll create a new database. So we'll give that database the same name with the name we have, the same name we created for that folder. So the name we have on our htdocs folder is what we're going to give the database. So I will just come to my database now. I'll come to my database on my browser and paste the name I just copied. So I click on create. Just leave everything the way it is and click on create. So once you've done with that, the next thing you want to go ahead to do is now go back to your browser, open a new tab and write localhost, and then you write that very name, the me and you, and click enter. When you click enter, this is actually running, okay, on our local server. We're not using the internet to run this. So you come right, once you enter that, it's going to open WordPress and it's going to give you the opportunity to run WordPress. You choose the language. Okay, we'll go with the default English United States and then click on continue. When we click on continue, it's going to welcome you, and then we'll click on let's go. When we do that, we'll now write our database name. It was me and you. So our username, we're going to use root. Our password, we leave it empty. Okay, you clear whatever is there and you submit. When we submit, it's going to write alright. Now you've made it through to this, and then you just click run installation. So when you click run installation, it's going to bring you here where you need to write your site title. Let's write me and you. Okay, we can actually write whatever we want to write. We'll modify this later. You can write a username and then you write a password. So let's write me and you forever. Okay, so that will be our name. Don't forget this password because you're going to be using it. The username should be me and you. Site title is me and you. Username should be also me and you, so we don't forget. And then our email should be meandyou@gmail.com. So confirm. You click confirm use of weak password, and then you install WordPress. So let's see if this username is going to be accepted. Okay, it's accepted. So you save your password. If you're working on a live server, make sure you're using a very strong password that will not be easily hacked. We are working on a local server, so we could actually play around with these things. So WordPress has been installed successfully. So we'll just click on login. Now we already have the username saved and we have the password saved. So we'll just remember that and log in. So when we log in, this is our WordPress dashboard. Hello, you're welcome to the WordPress dashboard. This is what your dashboard looks like when you install WordPress newly. First, you're going to see the welcome to WordPress. You have more details and a link to what you can actually learn more about this version. And then you get all this information. And then you have the site health, the quick draft. The site health gives you detailed information about the health of your site. The quick draft, if you want to create a post, you can just write it here and save it as draft. At a glance, shows you what you have posted on your WordPress blog. We have one post, one comment, and one page already on this our site. We have the activity, and under the activity we have one post, which is a dummy post that is created, hello world, and then we have one comment also here. So this is where you see the post and the comments on your site. Then we have the WordPress events and news here. So you can also do one thing. You can remove this by just dismissing it, so it remains this widget, these screen options, and you can also modify them. Once you uncheck any of these, they go. Now this is the welcome, so if we uncheck it, it goes off. We don't need the news and events. At a glance, it's okay. Site head is okay. Activity, let's take quick draft out. Let's see quick draft was important. We don't really need it for now, so we can, in fact, activity should go for now. So let's leave it this way. You can modify this, you can shift it around, and when you are ready later and you want them back, you can come back to the screen options and return them. So but let's just work with this. So the other thing I want to show you here is the help. You can use the help to go to the documentation, get support, and get more details about this very dashboard. Okay, now this is your login detail. This is you remember, this is our username. You can edit your profile, you can log out from here. Okay, so let's proceed. Now from here on my left hand side, we have our dashboard, and of course this is your name again. You can view your site from here. If you right click and open link in new tab, this is what our site looks like. Okay, this is our back end and this is our front end. This is what our site looks like now. So when anybody logs into your website, now if you're building this on a live server and our site, let's say our URL link is www.meandyou.com, it is live. Anybody all over the world can actually begin to view it this way. Okay, but since we're on a local server, we can only view it here. So this is our site. This is what it looks like. We have one post, hello world, and it was posted on so day. And we have the author. This is the author and it's powered by WordPress, so you can modify all of that. Now this is our dashboard, like I said. The next thing we want to come and click is our updates. From the updates, we can get updates about the current level, the WordPress. We're using the current version, and our plugins and themes, we can get updates, and we can also get to update them here. Now the next thing we have here is posts. You know, we mentioned earlier in our introduction that WordPress supports blogging greatly, so you can actually add your blog post here. You can create categories here and create tags here. So let's assume we want to create a new blog post. It gives you a welcome tutorial, but we're not interested in that. So let's say me and you is a new post we want to create, and then in this very post we want to write just me and you all over. So you can also do something else. You can add blocks. When you click enter, you have a new block. You can come add images, add paragraph, add headings, come add gallery, add list, and all of that. If you want to browse all, you browse all. You see there are a lot of things you can actually add from here. You can add files, you can add audio, music, you can add a lot of things from here. Okay, so any you want to add. Let's assume we want to add a calendar. So let's assume we want to add a calendar. Just click on the calendar and just click, and just does it. So you already have your calendar. We publish and publish. When we publish, we can view this post. Now it is live on our website already. So when I click, let's come back to this we've opened earlier and refresh. You can see that we have this post already is live on our website and we can view it. Okay, so that is what the post menu does. That's what the post menu can do for you. So let me go back from here. Let me go back. Now we're back to our WordPress dashboard. So you can create categories. Remember when we posted, we left it under uncategorized. So you can create categories. Let's see all our posts. Now we have all our posts. So let's assume we have create a new category. We call it love, and that's the name of the category, and it's a parent category of its own. And so let's assume the slug. Okay, we'll leave it that way, and the slug should be this, and add new category. So that becomes a new category. So we come back to all our posts, and we edit this very post that we did and give it a category. So we come and select the posts category. So we just select love and update. So it's going to be under love. So let's refresh and come back to me and you on our website, and there you go, it is under that category. Okay, let's come back to our dashboard. Click on this, takes you back to your dashboard. Now we'll see our category here is love. You can also add tags here, and then the next thing I want to show you here is the media. Here, under the media, you can upload or add new different media files. You can modify all of these things. You can add audio, video, images, and all of that here. You can now come to pages. You can create different pages on your website. We have sample pages here. So let's assume we're creating a new page called home, and then the home is me and you home. So just have it as our home page. So let's assume that is what we have on our home page, and we publish. It's going to be a page on our website. So when we come back to all pages, we see it's already added. We can trash it here. You can quick edit, you can edit, and you can view it through this. This is our privacy policy page. We're going to learn more about this in our practical projects. Next, we have the comments. If there's any comment on your blog post, you're going to see them here. So let's assume I log in as with incognito, and then I log into your website and I view the me and you blog post, and I decided to leave a comment. I love me and you. So, and then maybe I write my name here, Phil, and then I write my email, phil@gmail.com, and then you can leave that and then save my name. I just post it, forget all of that. Now this post I just did is going to be on your site, on your dashboard. So let me refresh this and see. You see the post I did is here. So you can choose to either approve or disapprove, and when you approve, the post is going to be on that very blog post. So let's look at the blog again, and you will see that very post. So this is the post, and so you can see now. So that is what you can achieve from the comments. You can modify, you can trash, you can delete, you can do all of that. You can approve and disapprove. And the next thing is the appearance. So we have different appearances. For example, this is the current appearance of our website. When we click on this, it takes us back to our website. Mind you, this is our logo. Okay, we're going to customize all of this later, but this is our logo. We have a home page and the sample page. We have the home page and the sample page. Okay, so, and mind you, the home page has been set to our blog page. Okay, already now our home page, the home page I created earlier has come up. So we have the home and we have the sample. Okay, and then when we come back and click home, it takes us back to our home page. So this is our home page. So these are other pages, and so the home page, original home page, is set to the blog post. Okay, so this is what our site looks like. When I click on a different theme and activate it, this look of the site is going to change. So see what happens. This look of the site completely changes. So it's still our blog posts that are here, and we can view our other pages here. So when I activate this other theme too, the same thing happens. The look of the website will change. So you can see we have a different look. So the theme actually changes the look and the arrangement or orientation of whatever you have on your website. So it is advisable to pick a very good theme that will work for you, and then delete any theme that you are not working with. You can also customize your theme. You can customize your theme. Under customization, you can fix a logo for it. You can modify the site identity, the colors, the menus, the widgets, the homepage settings. You can add additional CSS and all of that from your customization, your theme customization. Then we have widgets. Widgets
when you've gone to several blog websites, you see that there are widgets on the right or maybe or left side or at the bottom where adverts pop up. So these are widgets. Some would have calendars. So we're going to learn more of that in our practical class. We have the menu. Alright, let me use the different theme that has the menu. So let's come back to the theme and activate this. So this has a menu. Let's refresh and see. So this is our menu. Okay, you can create different type of menu. Okay, so back to the theme. We can adjust the background depending on what theme you're using. You can do a lot of things here. You can adjust. You can also come to the theme editor. And when you come to the theme editor, this is one of the disadvantages, like I told you in our first class, that you can modify the codes if you have knowledge of HTML and CSS, but you don't necessarily need this. Just look for a theme that works in line with what you want. You can also change the background. The background from here you can change. You can select an image and it appears as your background. So we don't really have any image at the moment, but we're going to learn all of this and how they work in our subsequent classes. And the next I want us to look at is the plugin. The plugin adds extra functionality to your website. We'll be working with one of our favorite plugins. It's called Elementor. Now you can either upload a plugin or you get it directly online. When you type the name of a plugin, let's say WP form, and you type the name. I'm currently online. Okay, I'm currently connected to the internet connection. So you can just install. Most of these plugins are free, and that is one of the advantage of WordPress. You have free plugins. There are also paid plugins that have extra functions. You can also come and edit your plugins, and if you're good with HTML, CSS, PHP and all of that, you can also modify your plugins, but it's not very necessary. So you just take your time and focus on what you ought to do, which is your design. Then we have the user. The users, you can modify and assign the different kind of users on your site. For example, this is the admin. You can create new user here and give them their password to be able to log in. And there are different kind of users, like I've noted. It can be a subscriber, it can be a contributor, author, editor, administrator, and all of that. And so then you have profile also. You can edit your profile. You can for example, the me and you, which is my username, I've not added my name, it's just the nickname. So you can edit all of that, your email and all of those things. So the next thing you want to look at is the tool. Now under these tools, you can import, export, check your site health, export personal data and erase data. Then we'll come to the settings, the general settings. Right here, this is the site title. We can be able to change it. Then you can change your tagline. The tagline is what appears right here. Okay, when the site is loading up, you get to see the tagline. Okay, alright, and then we have the WordPress address URL, we have the site URL, we have the admin email, and then you give permission if anyone can register or you don't want people to be registering as members in your site. You can also your new user, or the default role, you can modify that here. Your site language, your time zone, and everything here you can modify according to the right format that is very suitable for you. And then you can come and check your writing. Okay, for writing, your default category, remember it was uncategorized. You can choose the category, the default post format. You can also post via email, so you have a special email that whenever that email receives email, it can post automatically on your website. You can update your services. And we have the reading, where you can change which is your home page. Okay, you remember our home page is our post page. You can change it to a static page, which is the home page I created earlier. If I update this now and I save changes, our home page is going to change. So let's refresh. Remember, this is what we created earlier, me and you on that very home page. So you can do just that. So you discover now that the post is no longer appearing here, it's just this very home page. Okay, so when we come back and change it back to latest post, what happens will be that our latest post will become what we have on our home page. Remember, this was our latest post then, whereas we created a new page then. So you can now modify how many posts do you want to appear on one page, your syndication feeds, and then for each post and all of that. So if you also want to discourage search engines from indexing your site, you just check this, and then discussions. Under discussions, there are several privileges you can permit and disallow. Then you have avatars, you can use avatars and several other things here. Then you have the media, the upload size. Remember, I told you you could modify all of these things. So what is you can modify the sizes and increase them if you want to. Then the permalink. For the permalink, this is the default, but the best is to use post name so that it will not be some funny figures. This is very good for search engine optimization. So you want to take your time to learn all of that. And your privacy policy page, you can change if you have several other pages. So let's assume this new home page we created earlier is what we want to use. We can select that, but that's not what we want to use, so we'll just use that very page. You can also collapse this menu completely by clicking on this. It is completely collapsed and bring it back. So that is the brief I can show you now about your WordPress dashboard. So we're going to meet in our next class and continue with real life projects, so you can get to use this very dashboard actively, creating a real life project. Thank you so much. See you in the next class.
Welcome. Now we will continue with our project. You remember we stopped somewhere in our last class. So what we want to do is to continue from where we stopped. So the first thing you want to do is come load your XAMPP and start the Apache and start the MySQL server. Then next you want to go to your browser, your favorite browser. I used Mozilla in our last class, so I'll come back to Firefox and load it. So after loading Firefox, the next thing I want to do is go straight to localhost. And you remember the website we built at the beginning was me and you. So we opened that website. So this was where we stopped in our last the last class, where we were demonstrating how to install WordPress and how to check the dashboard. So when you do this, ensure you remember your password. If you don't remember your password, you won't be able to log in. So I will still copy this so I can have it open on 2 tabs. Okay, it's going to be the same thing. Mind you, if your XAMPP is not running, if your XAMPP, the Apache and MySQL is not running, you won't be able to load this on your local server. So on the very first one, I'll come and edit the URL and write WP admin and enter. When I do that, I'll be able to log into the back end. So this will be my front end and this will be my back end. So right on the front end, I will be using it to monitor what I'm doing, and on the back end, I should log in. So remember your login details and log in. So when you log in, it will bring you straight to the dashboard. Now remember, for this very website, we are creating a single page website and you would require a lot of resources. I've put together these resources so you can follow along. So try to find where the resources are and download them so you can follow along in this very course. So I have the logo, I have the images I'll be using on this very website. So then let's go back to our browser. Okay, good. So this is the website we will be creating. In order to build this website, we will need a couple of resources. There are lots of resources that we will be needing. Okay, one of the resources we will need is a theme.
we will need a theme, and that theme we will have to download and install it, and then we will need plugins too. In our previous class, I mentioned that we would use a plugin called Elementor. So I think before we go install any plugin, let's go straight away to work on our appearance. So here you will need to be online in order to be able to install any plugin. You will need to be online. I want to install a theme, and that theme is called Astra. There are a lot of themes, but for this very class I'll be using Astra theme. Astra is a free theme. They also have paid services. So this is the theme Astra. You can click to get more detail and learn more about the theme. However, I know the theme, so this is the very theme. It's called Astra, A-S-T-R-A. All you need to do is install the theme. If you have it downloaded, you can upload it with this upload button. So once you install it, it's going to customize your new look. So this is our previous look. So let's install. Astra is installed, so I click on activate. When I activate and I refresh this page, it will change the look. Now you can see what happened. It changed the look automatically. So this is the theme we'll be using. So since we will not be using these other themes, we'll just click on them and delete them. You remember the disadvantage of WordPress is that when you use too many themes, it will make your site to load very slowly. So you delete all the themes that are useless to you. Okay, so we'll delete all these themes. Alright, so we only have Astra theme active on our website. Now the next thing I want us to do is to go to plugin, and when we get to plugin, we'll need one particular plugin. So these other plugins, we're not using them. We can simply delete them. Anything you don't use, just delete it. Okay, and so we'll come right to plugin, add new, and we'll search. Okay, if you are not, if you have it already on your system, you upload. When you click on upload, for example, you browse to the location where it is on your system and install it. And if you don't have it on your system, all you need to do is come right here and search for it. So I'm looking for Elementor. So Elementor is a page builder, and that's what we'll be using. Elementor website builder. So this is the Elementor we're looking for. We'll just install the Elementor. It was updated 3 days ago, and so it's one of the most powerful page builders. Now it is installing. Once it is done, we would activate. So we activate, click on activate, and once it is done, it will be activated. We'll need one other theme again, one other plugin, sorry, and the name of that plugin is Contact Form 7. Contact Form 7. So look for that plugin. Okay, Contact Form 7 is what I'm looking for. This is not it, so let's look for it. Okay, so this is the form I'm looking for. So all I need to do is to install it. This is also a free plugin. It is open source. So there are other plugins. They have beautiful functions. They are also having paid functions. However, I like using Contact Form 7. So all you need to do is to activate it. Why? If you have enough resources, of course, you can go for paid ones. Now, you can deactivate your plugins from here. At the same time, you select all the plugins you don't want to use. You just right click and select deactivate and click on apply. When you do that, you see all of them are deactivated. Now you can also delete all the plugins, or you select them, select bulk plugin and delete at the same time. You just come to bulk action and select delete, and you can delete them. However, I want to activate them, so you can also activate them at the same time. So you select them together and click on apply, and all of them will be activated. So as you can see, they are all activated. So we can go forward to begin designing our website. Welcome. In this class, we'll be discussing Elementor overview, and I'll be showing you everything
you need to know about Elementor. Elementor, like I've said earlier, is a page builder, and it is of two versions. There is a free Elementor that you can always use free, and there is a pro version. The free version has most basic functions, while the pro version have more additional functionality. However, for the project we'll be working on, the free version is very okay. It will be very okay. It will be very much enough. So let's dive right in. Now there is a setting, there's the getting started and all of that. You can go over them later. However, I want us to go on a page and start right working on that. So we'll create a new page. Let's create a new page and give it the name home. Okay, and that is our page. Alright, we can edit with the Gutenberg editor, which is another page builder that is a follow compiled page builder for WordPress. However, we can work with Elementor. So we'll just publish first. After publishing, we'll come click on edit with Elementor. When we do that, it comes straight up. So there is a default setting here. You can change the settings from here too. You can change from the page layout. You can change the page layout from this default to Elementor canvas. When you do that, these ones will disappear. You see the sidebar is gone. So you can also come back to settings and change that to Elementor full width, and Elementor full width brings back the menu up there. And then you come back again and you change your settings to Elementor theme, and it has also a different setting. Now it restores back the sidebar with all the widgets down there. So we will begin with Elementor canvas and later modify to other settings. So the next thing I want you to learn here is Elementor. Basically, a website is just a web page that has a certain links, and these pages are connected together. So you have the home page that has a connection to the other pages, and you have the menu right at the top, and the menu links all the pages together. That is what a website is, and Elementor gives you the power to be able to build all these pages with a drag and drop editor. Elementor is simply a drag and drop editor, and it has sections. You can create different sections here to structure your website, and then you have widgets here. Now there are several widgets in the Elementor. We've installed free Elementor, and so you discover that there are some widgets that you cannot use because they are paid widgets, like the portfolio, the post, the gallery, the forms, and several of them. Okay, you just explore them. Whereas there are those that are free, and you can use these basically free ones for all you want to do. And so first, if you're working on any page, a page usually has a section. Okay, this section, you can modify the section to different heights. For example, you can increase this height to fit to screen on a mean height. You can modify the heights. And for the image we had a hero section that had beautiful sliders in our previous site. So this is a section. Okay, now these are widgets. This is a text widget, this is a button widget. So if we want to add a text widget, we just simply click on this and add a heading widget. We can also add our button widgets. Okay, we can come back and add our image widgets. Let's say we have images that we want to add. You can just click on the images, and we have uploaded these images earlier, so we can still upload them. Let me show you how to upload. All you need to do is to click on upload, select files, navigate to the location where those images are, and we have a folder already that is a TC consult, and you select the images you want to upload. Okay, you would have your own in the resource location, so you go and download them. You click on the image, you open, and it will upload. Okay, I've uploaded this before, so all I just need to do is to delete it. So I select it and delete permanently, and it will be gone, and I select and delete permanently, and it will be gone.
think they're already gone. It takes time to refresh. Okay, so back, we can actually add an image. We can insert an image, and once we insert, we can change whether we want it to appear as a thumbnail or we want it to appear as a large icon. Okay, that was the image I deleted, so let me insert a different image. Good, so we can allow it to either come up as a thumbnail or as an icon or whatever. So we've been able to insert this image. So there are several widgets you can actually add with Elementor. There is the icon box, for example. This icon, you can add different icons from the icon library. There are lots of them, so you can pick any icon that is suitable to define what you want to do, and just select the icon and insert it. You can also modify the icon by styling it, okay, changing the color. So also you can modify the edges of this thing you want. And if you want to create a different widget, you can also create another new section. And for example, let's say we want to add text on this, a title text here. We can do that. And then we want to add an image here. You can do that. And then let's say, for example, we want to add a paragraph here. We'll bring our text editor directly onto this, and you can modify all of that. And you can modify your fonts, add bullets, and do everything. You come here and style them. So now there are three. For any widget you pick, there is a content, there is a style, and there is the advanced. For the content, you modify the content exactly as it is. For the style, this is where you work on the color, the texture, the typography, the text, and the shadow. For an image, for example, you see the styling is going to be different. You can modify the width, the height, the opacity. You can add over effects here. And then for the advanced, you can now come to add motion effect, transform, add background, add border effects, and mask. And you can also have custom CSS attributes and check the responsiveness and all of that. And at the bottom here, you can also have the opportunity to preview the changes. When you click on this, it will preview all the changes. It will open a new tab for you and show you the changes that you have done. Okay, and then you also have the responsive mode. You want to view it either on desktop, on tablet, or mobile. So when you click on mobile, it shows you how it will show on a mobile. And if you click on this, it will show you how it will show on a tablet. And if you click on this, it will show you how it will display on a desktop. So, and you can always modify. For example, let's assume I want this to be bigger on a mobile. All I just need to do is come to style and increase it. So it's just going to commit on a mobile and wouldn't affect the desktop. So you see the desktop is different, the tablet is different, but the mobile is different. So you can always do the editing, and when you're done, you just update your editing. So that is it. And then we have the settings that we've checked. Then another thing I want to show you is the site setting. You can have a general site setting. Let me close this. You have the site settings where you can address the global font colors. So so that your default, for example, this is the primary color. Any text I bring in by default comes with this color. The secondary color is this. The text color is this. So you can set them by default. For example, this is the accent color, which is also the button color. By default, it comes, so you can modify it. So for example, like this very website, when we want to design this site, we can just come and modify all those colors from there. And so we don't get to waste time editing one after the other every color we want to modify. We also have the global fonts. You can set your primary font, your secondary font, your all of that. You address them here. And then we have the typography. You can set your typography here too. And then we have the images, the forms, site identity, background, layout, lightbox, page transition, custom CSS, and additional settings. So you can set all of this from your Elementor right here. There are several additional functions like I noted. If you maybe, for example, this setting is cool by you, you can also save this setting under your template. You give it a name and you save it. Okay, you save it. All you just need to do is to save your template and you give it a name and you save it, and you can reuse it anytime under your template. And there are also Elementor pages. There are those that are free. I'm not online currently, but if you are online, you get some free pages and some free blogs, and then there are other blogs that are pro. You see, most of them are pro, so you have to upgrade to Elementor Pro to be able to use all these pages and the rest. So I'll be teaching you how to save your own templates and you reuse them. And then of course, when you're able to upgrade to Pro, do ensure you use my referral link so you can be able to upgrade to Elementor Pro and enjoy the best of it. So thank you so much. That's basically an overview of Elementor Pro. See you in the next class. Welcome back. So in this very class, we'll be transforming this very page that we created earlier, the home page. We'll transform it into this very web page. As you can see, this is a single page website, and we've demonstrated it earlier. So we're going to start right away, and the first thing we want to do is to change our setting to Elementor Canvas. Come to settings, click on it, and then come and select Elementor settings, page layout, Elementor Canvas. Once you do that, you just update. Once you update, you can also come back to settings and then hide title. You just click yes to hide title. You update, it's gone. Now we've done several things here when we were test running and trying to understand Elementor. So all these things, we don't need them. All we need to do is just come delete this section that we created and they will be gone. Or right click and delete these columns. Right click and delete this section. So we have columns, sections, and widgets. Okay, so this is a clean page, alright, and there is nothing inside. So the first thing we want to create here is this hero section that has this travel without hassle, travel abroad without hassle, the background, and the button. Okay, so let's begin with that. So just click on this, create a new section. So it brings up the section. Then we'll come to the section and select height. We'll select mean height. So it gives it a particular height. So we can increase this if we want to, but let's leave it like this first. And so the next thing we want to do is to add the background images. For the background images, all we need to do is to click on style. When we click on style, we click now for the background. There are different kind of background we can put. We can add video background, gradient background, classic background, or slideshows. Okay, for this very background, what we need is a slideshow. So click on this slideshow and add. When we click on add, I've uploaded it and I've also shown you how to upload, but let me show you again. All you need to do is to click on upload, go look for the files you want to upload. I have this file saved on this very drive, so I'll open that drive and then preview them. So you remember there are just 3 images for that very slideshow. It's this one, and this one. You're supposed to rename the images to the name of the website with a little description to ensure that they rank for search engine optimization. So you click OK and you click open, and when they are opened, the next thing you want to do is to click on create new gallery. When you do that, you can add captions to them. If you're working with Elementor Pro, you can display the captions on each of these images. However, since we are using free Elementor, we will just ignore the captions and click on insert. So when you insert, the images are already there, and there is a default animation which is fade. As you can see, it's already fading, and then you can change it. So I will use the slide right, which is what we have on that website. Let's wait for it and see. Good, it's already sliding. And then the default background position, let's put it on center, so it can be on a default position. And then you can choose to modify these other settings. The background size, will put it on cover, so it doesn't duplicate if the image is smaller. If the image was smaller, it's going to duplicate. It could duplicate itself if it's not able to fill up, but with cover it's going to fill up anyway. So that is it. Then for this very image, there's a little dark overlay on this very background, so we want to come to the background overlay and add a black color shade. So it's just a little black, so we'll just come to black and add it. So you can see we already have that overlay. So there we go. So the next thing we need to add is this title and the button. So click on this 9 button right at the top of your Elementor, and then you click on the heading and drag it in. So when you drag your heading in, you want to type what we have here. So we'll just copy what we have and paste it, and we have our heading. However, this very title is supposed to be H1 because this is the major tagline of your website. So but the challenge you might notice here is that they are all on the same line, and the color is default color is not white. So we can do those modifications. So the very first modification is we want this without hassle to be on the next line. All you need to do is to come and write this HTML code BR inside those brackets. Okay, so when you do that, you update. When you've updated, you see automatically it has shifted it to the next line. So the next thing we want to do is to bring in the button. This is our button. We just drag it right under and leave it there, and then use this center to align it, and it's there on the center. So there we go. We have this very beautiful image. Alright, and then the next thing we want to do is to come back to this very section, click on the top there, come back to layout, and ensure that it is on full width and not boxed, so that it can actually fill up the entire frame. So there we go. This is what we have. So we can click this back to continue our editing. Now the other thing you might also have noticed is that the color of this is orange. Okay, and this is white. We've done that. And then the font. So we can modify all of those things. You can modify all of those things. Now, I'm currently using a Chrome Chrome browser. I'm currently using a Chrome browser. And with Chrome browser, you can easily copy hex values with this Chrome extension. So this is a Chrome extension called Color Picker Eyedropper. All you need to do is just browse for it, install it, and pin it right on your Chrome browser. So let me pick this color, and so all I just need to do is to copy this hex value, come right here and select the button, come to the style for the button, click on the button, come to the style, and then change this color. Just paste what I copied and it changes it automatically. Then come back to content and then change the text, the click here text, to contact us now. So there we go. We already have that. It's set already, and then we can proceed. Right? We can proceed. So the font, we'll press escape. The font, we don't have this very font yet. So let's see if we can find that font. I think that font is Roboto. So we'll come to typography and okay, it's Roboto. Let's say 500, 600. Okay, it's Roboto. I think okay, it should be line spacing. The line spacing. Our line height. So let's increase it a little and update and see what it looks like. Okay, I think we have, there we go, we have it. So the next thing we want to do is to go to the next section, which is the About Us section. So we'll come back again and click on this, add a new section, and for the About Us section, it has 2 columns. Okay, so we can either use this that has 2 columns, click on this plus and use this 2 column section, or we use the single column section and then come back, click on this and add this inner section. Okay, we can also duplicate this section if we want it to be up to 3, but we need only 2 sections, so we'll delete this. So for this section, we'll just shift this a little and we have an image here, image widget here, and we have text here. Then we have a title up there. So we'll first bring the title up, and the title alright, the title says about us. So copy this title, come back, so you type and centralize this, and then we have the image widget. We'll come pick the image widget and drop it right inside this section, and then go choose that image. This is the image, so we'll just insert it, and there we go, it's there. And so the next we have to do is to bring in this other text here. So this text here, what do we need to do? All we need to do is to come back here and add the text editor, drag the text editor widget in, and we update. Okay, now for this very font, we have a particular theme color here. So we'll come pick that color and copy it. So when we copy it, we'll come back to this our text here and come to style, come and select that and just paste the value here and update. It changes automatically to that very color that we were seeking. Alright, and then this font size is too big, so let's modify it a little and reduce the size. So let's maybe leave it at 40. 40. Okay, we leave it at 40. And these two. So we come back here. We copy this text. So you look for any dummy text. You can also leave it with the lorem ipsum text. And so we can decide to centralize it or leave it with that alignment and click OK. Now the other thing we want to check is this text, the color of this text. We can also pick it up so we can have exactly that color. And so we copy that for this very text, and then we'll come to the style and paste it. It's a little darker. Okay, so we have these three colors. So the next thing we want to do is we don't want to keep editing these colors at every stage. So we can easily set them up at the global color setting. So we'll come to global color, and then we come to site setting, global color. Okay, so for this very primary color, we want to pick this color. Okay, so we can come back here and use our color picker to pick this value. Once we pick it, we'll copy, we'll come back and paste that. Okay, you can just type it in. Okay, 06062D40. So you just paste that, type that in, and you will get exactly this color. And so the next thing we want to do for the accent color is the same thing with this our button color. So we just pick that color of the button and copy it. Copy it, Ctrl C, and then come over and paste it on the accent and update. So anytime we're creating a new button, it would take that very color. So for the text also, we have a new color that we used. We can pick this color now. All we need to do is come right to this text, copy the color, go back to this global site setting, then go back to global colors and change our text color also and update. We can also return our secondary color should be the same with our text color. So there we go, we have this color set. So anytime we're creating a title, our primary color will be this, and then our text color will be this. So I think this will be all for now. For the global fonts, we can also adjust the global font. So we have a primary, now we have a primary font here, and we can do all that setting if need be. But for now, I think all the settings are okay by us. So if yours are not, you can modify them additionally to fit in with mine. Okay, modify your global font to Roboto so it can fit with mine. Okay, from here,
The next thing we want to do is to create this next section, and this next section has a background color which is the same with our primary color, and the fonts are white. So all we need to do is to create a new section. It is a section that has 3 columns, so we can just go directly and click a section, pick a section with 3 columns. So once we pick that section with 3 columns, now the other thing is that it has a title, and then we have image and another title, subtitle. So first pick the the heading. So pick the heading and fix it. Alright, so that's the challenge you get when you use a 3-column section. Let's just pick a single column section and first add the title heading, and centralize it, and we'll come back and drag the inner section under it. So when we drag the inner section, we can duplicate this. So we have 3 of them. Then in each of the section we have an image widget, so we can drag the image widget, and then we also have a title under every of the image. So we can just delete these ones and duplicate this one that is correct. So we delete the other ones that we don't need. So we delete this, and then we proceed. Now for this very one, we have work abroad. So all we just need to do is change this to work abroad and centralize it, update. Then we change this to our services, centralize it and update. Then we have this is study abroad, so we just change it to study abroad. And then last one is tourism. So we centralize that too and update. So having done this, the next thing we want to do is to bring in those images and style them. So we choose the first image, which is study abroad. I think we already have that image here. All you need to do is to insert it. And then for this image, if you remember, it is curved around the edge. Okay, and so we can do that, and it has a beautiful hover animation. So we come to the image. While the image is selected, we come to the border radius. Let's see. You see now the border radius is adjusting it. So let's assume 50 is okay, or we take it to 40. Take it to 40. Or even 30. We'll update. That image is settled, so we can now add the over animation. For the over animation, we can pick any animation we want to use, and then we can also have so there are lots of them. You can just choose whatever you want. You can choose whatever you want that suits your goal. So we'll pick one. Let's choose wobble. So if we're going with wobble, and then we can now work on the opacity. So maybe we want the opacity to reduce a little. When you hover on it, you can see the opacity is reducing, and so that is it. You can reduce the opacity even more, okay, but we don't want it to be too much, so let's say 85 is okay by us, and click OK. We can now copy this, right click and copy, and then select these images, and you can paste that style. So we have travel abroad. We have the next one is study abroad. Okay, work abroad. Work abroad. Which image was for? This is for study. So let's pick study again. This is actually for study. So this is for work. For work, we'll click on the image, come change the content. Change the content to work, and then we change this one to tourism. So this tourism will likely be this. I think that's it. So we have all those 3, and we update. Now since we have this style here, we right click and copy. We'll come and paste on the image, but we don't paste, we just paste style, and it applies the same style, paste style,
and it applies those styles for us. Okay, so there we go. We've saved this. All right, and we have a beautiful section here. All right, now the other thing you might want to observe here is that our background color is blue. Okay, so let's change our background color. So all you need to do is click on the section, come to the style and select background, and let's copy that color first so that we can just paste it. So click on this, click on the section, come to the styles and select background, and then click on the color and paste what we just copied and update. So it has given us this background that we're looking for. However, we need to change the color of our fonts to white. So come select all the fonts and change them to white. Change them to white. So once you're done changing all of them, you will have a beautiful job right there. When we look at this section, we will see this beautiful divider effect at the bottom. So we can do that. We can add it both at the top and the bottom. But for this, let's just add it at the bottom. Okay, so first, before we add that, we might want to do something. Let's add a little padding to this image so there will be a little distance, among each of them. So we'll come to advanced, and on padding we'll select maybe 20. You see what happens, it shrinks it inside. So we can apply that same padding to this, or we can just right click and copy, and then right click and paste. Let's see, paste style. I think it applies it. And then we can also paste style and it applies it. So we want to confirm. Let's confirm. We'll come to advanced and you see the padding is applied. So you can easily do that. And if that padding is not okay by you, you can also increase it. Now the shape divider effect that is at the bottom, we can add it here. All we need to do is come to styles, select the section, come to styles, and click on shape divider, and then it's at the bottom. So select bottom, make sure bottom is highlighted, so you choose different styles. There is an arrow, there's a wave pattern. You can modify them from here. Okay, let's assume this is okay by us. You can also use this. You can use tilt opacity. You can use pyramids. Okay, there are a lot of them. So let's say we want to use wave patterns here. We can just update, and there we go. We have the wave patterns right at the bottom. Okay, now as you edit each section, you also want to check how responsive they are on your mobile device. Now this is responsive already, so we might not need to do much modification. However, if they are not, you just select and edit. So anything you edit on this will actually apply to the mobile. So when I select the tablet and I edit anything now, it will be applying only on tablet. If I select the desktop and I edit here now, it will apply only on the desktop. So since what I'm doing is responsive on all devices, there is no need. So I'll just close this. So I continue editing. Now I want to do something. I want to add a little space in between the sections, just at the top here. So I click on this section here and come to the advanced and uncheck this. When I check this or uncheck it, I will be able to add individual values. If it is checked and I type a value here, it's going to apply to all sides. Okay. However, what I want is to apply just on the top. So I will uncheck this and come to the top, maybe add 50. 50 is much, so maybe I'll add 30. I'll add 30. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I think 30 is okay by me. The same thing here. I'll come to the top of the section, select the section, come to advanced, uncheck this and add 30 margin here, so it can actually give us a little space in between the sections. And the next thing I want to do is to create the next section, and this next section is the testimonial section. So for this testimonial section, we'll just it's just a single section with 3 columns. So we'll come, click on this, just add our heading straight up. When we add our heading, we'll just edit it to testimonials. Let me just copy this and paste it there. Testimonials. Okay, I centralize that, update. Now for this very if you observe this is a little image, okay, a thumbnail, the person's name, and a little detail about what the person said, the person's testimonials, and then the person's role or rank and his company. So you can easily do this with an image box. So we'll come back to our widgets, Elementor widgets, and search image box. So when you search for image box, so this is what we need to do that. So all we need to do is to first add an inner section here. So let's add an inner section first. So because we're supposed to have 3 sections, so it's going to be directly below the testimonial. So duplicate this so we can have 3 of them equally. Then we'll come back and look for the image box, IMA, and then we drag the image box into this column. So when the image box comes in, the next thing we want to do is to click on the image and choose the image we want to add and insert it. Now you see it is squared, however this is circular. So how do we do that? All we need to do is first we ensure that it is thumbnail. If it is thumbnail, then we'll come to the style and adjust the border radius. Once you adjust the border radius, it automatically changes it. So there we go, we have this already is a circle. So the next thing we want to do is to change the heading. The heading, you want to just change the content, the heading to the person's name, and then whatever the person said, you will just copy and paste it there. Okay, so we'll just replace that text with this, and there we go, we have this testimonial right there. So I can just simply duplicate this. Okay, and then the other thing you might observe is that there is this hover animation right on this. So we can do that. All we need to do is to come over to the image, the text box, and select style. When we select style, we'll come select hover, then we pick whatever animation we want to use. Okay, the animation we want to add is on the image. So we pick an animation. So you see what's happening now. So you can pick an animation, and whatever animation you pick. So let's pick this wobble so we don't take too much time. You can now copy, right click on the next one and just paste the style, and it has the same style. Okay, so you can apply the same animation to all of these ones, but let's not take too much time on that. So you can delete this. So if you have different names, you just come, change their pictures and change their names. So let's click on the last one and then change the picture and change the name. So there we go, we have the name and the testimonials. Now the other thing you might also want to observe is that there's a little padding. Okay, there's a little padding. We can add a little padding even if, so let's add a little padding around this. So we'll just come advanced, and maybe we'll just pad it all around by 20, and come the same thing here, pad this all around by 20, and we'll come here and pad this all around by 20. So having done this, we have beautiful testimonial. So the next thing we want to do is to create this contact us section. The contact us section has this beautiful shape divider at the bottom, and there is a form that is a request to callback form, and there is this on the right hand side that has the address, the email, and the phone number. So we'll create a new section, and the section has columns. It has 2 columns basically. So we'll add the inner section. First we'll add the heading, and the name of the heading is contact us. So just copy this and just paste it there, contact us. Centralize it, and then we'll come back here and select the inner section and drag it right below, and then let's change the background color. So click on the section, come to style, and change the background color. And since the color is the same with the color of this font, so just click on this font, copy the color of the font, and then come to the section and come to the background and click on that background color and paste. When we paste it, we update. Then we come back here and change the color of the text that we have here to white. Okay, that's contact us. And then, having done that, the next thing we want to do is to add this form. Okay, this form is a short code. We're going to create this form with contact form 7 and paste the short code here. So we can just bring a short code widget here. You come here, search shorts, just type short and drag the short code widget into this column. And then here we have, this is an icon box. Okay, these are 3 different icon boxes. So all you need to do is come back to search your widgets, look for icon box. So it's an icon box. So you just drag this here, and then there are 3 of them. So all you need to do is to duplicate the 3 of them, and then you get what you need. So let's update first, and let's add a little padding around this. Come to advanced, and maybe we'll pad it by 20. I hope 20 is okay. Let's pad it by 15 and update. So we pad by 15. We'll come select this icon and modify it. Now for the icon, you can modify the style of the icon itself and the content. So first let's modify the style of the icon. Now for the icon, the color of the icon is the same color with the button. So we come back and copy the color of the button and go back to the icon and then change the color of the icon. So click on the icon and ensure that is the icon you're working on. So you click on the color and paste this color and update. Okay, and then the text is white. So we'll come back again and come to the content, click on the color and change it to white, and on the description also and change it to white. Maybe this should be a little darker, so we can do this. Okay, so there we go. Now we can duplicate this. We can duplicate this into 3 places. Okay, so now from here we can also try to modify this column so that it will look a little smaller, and we have enough space for the form, so the form can be very comfortable. So we can update. Now having done this, the next thing we want to do is to ensure that we have the right information in the right place. So this one is address. So you copy the address and put it at the heading, content, paste it at the heading, and then let's copy this number and paste it right there. So having done this, you want your icon to be an icon that is related to an address. So let's look for address. Since we don't have address, let's look for location. Okay, this is location, this is location. So you can use any of this. You insert this and it changes to location. So you come back to this, Ctrl Z, that's a mistake. So come back to this and we change this to email. So we'll look for this email first, copy and paste on the heading, and then come back to the name of the email of the website. You come paste it right here and you update. So you come check for the icon and look for mail, and under mail you can select any of the mails and insert. So it updates that very icon, And then the last one is call. Okay, that's a call. So you can come look for the icon that is more like a phone. So you can use any of this. So let's use this time, or this, and insert. When we insert that, and then we come copy the contact. We can also have WhatsApp icon here. I think WhatsApp is here too. WhatsApp. So you see WhatsApp there. You can insert that too. And then we paste the heading. And then we also paste the number for those that would just want to, write the number in and call. Okay, so what is left here now is the shortcode. So after creating the form, we're going to paste it here and then we'll proceed. But before then, looking at the bottom, you see that there is a beautiful shape divider effect here. So let's add that shape divider effect. Select the section again, come back to advanced, style, come to style, and come to shape divider and change that. I think that is more like, it's at the bottom and it's more like cloud. So let's look for cloud and see if it works. Okay, good. It's more like cloud. So we update and there we go. So we can decide to also pad this maybe by 30. So whatever we have should just be a little far away from the edges. And we can also modify that too. We'll modify the shape divider. Okay, we'll come to the shape divider bottom. We can modify the heights. Can make it shorter. Okay, so it doesn't swallow up this the phone number. Okay, so we can update that, and there we go. We have our shape divider. So having done our shape divider, even though it's not looking as old as this, so we're going to modify all of that after fixing our form. But before going over to work on the form, I want us to do something. We will save this very template. Okay, we will save this very template. Let's save it so we can use it, so you can actually get to understand how you can actually save and reuse a template. What I mean by saving this template is all this work we've done here so far, we can actually save them and reuse them. So let's assume you have to create other pages that would have the same elements like this, or part of this element. You can just save them as a template. So how do you do that? You click on this, add template. You come to my template now. I told you if you were online, you could actually download free Elementor templates. And if you're on the pro version, you can use the pro templates. But you come to my template and save your own templates. You click on this save. You can also import templates. If you have templates already saved on your system, you can import them by clicking this, and then you select where it is on your system and you import it. But you can save. So we want to save this very one. So we call it TC underscore travels underscore consults. So we save. When we save this, we can always import it. So we're going to import it. So let's close this first. Now let's open a new page. Let's open a new page on our browser. Let's load a new page, and then we load our site. So this is our site. As you can see on our home page, it has not affected yet. We cannot say this is what we have been working on, because it is still carrying the old widgets with the whole old homepage settings and all of that. That's simply because it is carrying still our posts. It is still carrying our posts on our home page. That's because even though we named the page home, we have not set it as our home page. So we're going to be able to set it eventually. But before then, let's come quickly to the WP admin and get to the back end, and let's create a new page. Let's create a new page and maybe give it TC Travels. So let's name it TC Travels. You can capitalize this, TC Travels, and publish. So we can edit this with Elementor. So what I want to show you quickly is how to import the page that we just saved, the template we just saved. So you click on that, add template, you come to my template, and this is what we created. So you click on insert and apply, and let's wait a little. Now it has applied. This is everything we have been creating. So you don't need to spend the whole time recreating everything from the scratch all over again. All you just need to do is save it as a template and you can reuse it. Okay, so we have this second page having the same work that we've done all the while. So next thing I want us to do is to go back and create, we stopped here, we've added all these already, but we've not added our contact form with the request callback. So let's add this heading here and say request a callback. But then let's continue where we were. Okay, this is the new page we created. All right, so since we've updated it, let's just forget it. Let's leave it. I've shown you how to do that. You can update and save. So let's return back to where we were before. All we need to do right here is to come add our heading, and the heading here is request a callback. So request a callback. Alright, so centralize it and change the color. Come to style and change it to white and update. So when we do this, this is supposed to be a little smaller, so we can come typography and reduce the size. Request a callback. Alright, we can also reduce the weight to maybe 500 and update. So when we do that, the next thing we want to do is to open a new tab and have our back end open. So we'll open a new tab and still go to localhost me and you /WP admin. So we'll go to our back end, and from our back end, remember we downloaded this plugin called Contact Form 7. So this Contact Form 7 is what added this tab here, the contact. So we'll click on that contact. When we click on it, we have a default form that is by setting already. So let's go into that form quickly and see what it looks like. So this is the contact form. A default form has an input, which is your name, your email, you input your subject and your message. And these ones that have asterisks means they are compulsory, so they are required, you must fill them. So if I should just come right here and copy this short code, just click once on it, it is highlighted, or I highlight and copy, and then copy, come to this my short code here, come to my short code here and click on my short code and paste it, Ctrl V and apply. Automatically it applies it here. However, there's a little challenge here, and the challenge is that the fonts are not visible. The color of the fonts are not visible. So to settle that, I just click on the column and come to style and change the color of that column to white. Okay, that's not too good. So let me undo that. Okay, that's not exactly what I would have wanted. You can still leave it white this way, it's not too bad. Okay, but that's not exactly what I wanted to do. Come back through history and undo that. Okay, so we update. Okay, so let's see. Typography. We'll select it. That was my mistake. It's typography, and then we'll pick the color, the text color, and change it. So what we are working on is not the background, it's the text color that we are working on. And you can see it's already changed. So you can also work on the border, the background overlay, the background. So that is it. And we've been able to change the color of our form to white, and we've been able to change this to white. Okay, but I think, okay, good. So what we've done so far, so let's refresh our page and ensure that everything is absolutely intact. All right, everything is absolutely intact, as we can see. So we have a form already, but we've not customized this form. Remember I told you at the beginning that you could actually customize this form such that if one were online, he or she can easily fill this form and he will get an automatic email, okay, from the website. But before then, as we can see, we were complaining about this bottom earlier. So let's fix that challenge. Let's fix that challenge. So we'll come back to the shape divider under styles, and the lines, let's fix it so it looks a little more conspicuous. Okay, I think this is going to be a little similar with what we have here. Okay, I think that is it. So let's update, come back here and update. All right, it's updated and we have a fine form. So let's go back to the contact form and customize the contact form. So here we are in the contact form, and we want to customize this contact form such that you can receive automatic email. Before that, I want you to note that you can actually add several other fields on the contact form. For example, you can add dates, you can add drop-down boxes, check boxes, you can add quizzes, and you can add URL, email, and all of those things can be added in this very form. You can also add accept uploads too, and several other things here, but we wouldn't be doing all of that. And then you can integrate this contact form with other email marketing platforms. You can integrate it with reCAPTCHA. For example, one challenge you're going to be having is that when your contact form is not having a CAPTCHA reCAPTCHA, you would have spamming, several people will be spamming your email, and you get unlimited emails from spammers. You wouldn't want that. Okay, so you would need to integrate that. You can integrate with Stripe, with Contact. Sendinblue is an email marketing platform, and you can also integrate it with Sendinblue. So let's come back to our contact form and edit our contact form. So all you need to do if you want to get automated emails from this contact form is to click on mail. There is a default setup already which you can modify, and this is the mail that comes directly to the email, the admin of this website. So if by default anybody that fills this form, the admin is going to receive. However, if I should check this mail too, okay, this email is going to come to anybody that is filling the form. So when I check this, anybody that is filling this form is going to receive this message. So what is he going to receive? First, the message will be coming to the email that the person used in filling the form, and he's going to receive a going to be notified that the mail is coming from this site title and this admin email, and the subject of the email shall be his subject and his the site title. However, we can change this by simply saying the subject shall be site title, thanks for requesting a callback. So whatever we type here will be the title, and then reply. This person can reply to the site admin email. So this email would be where he can send his replies to, and the message body will be what he or she will receive. So we can erase this and type what he or she is going to receive. So we can say thanks for requesting a callback. One of our staff will call you shortly. So we can have that, and immediately he or she fills the form, he's going to receive this email automatically. And we can also personalize this. How can we personalize it? We can personalize it by adding his name. So we just come to thanks and copy your name, comma, and add a comma there. Thanks your name. So it's, if his name is Phil, for example, we'll say thanks Phil. We can add something, and say, we are glad to hear from you. And so let's remove this. So one of our staff will call you shortly, and then this email was sent from, so if we don't want him to know that it's coming from a contact form, we'll say this email was sent from, we'll just erase this. So we'll have site title, site URL. So you just save this. Once you save this, the person receives the email automatically if this site were to be on a live server. Additional image messages, once he fills the form, this is a notification he's going to get, so you can go through that and you can do additional settings too. And you can also create as many forms as possible. So these are new forms, you can create as many forms as possible. Okay, so that is that. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to add another this thing. Let's see how effective it will be. Let's say I'm trying to add another button. You can still modify this. All this label can be taken out. But let's say I want to add another question, like what service are you interested in? So that's the question we're asking him, and we'll have 3 services. So we can have checkboxes for this. So for the checkboxes, let's make it required. It has a code. We can change this name. And then he said 1 option per line. So we'll say study, work, and tourism. So let's assume these are the things we want to use. So we want to put label first before checkbox to indicate this. And once we insert, it is going to insert. And if I save this form now and I come back to my website, because I already added this short code here, if I should refresh this page, it will show automatically. So let's come down and see. So you see the checkbox. When he or she fills, he can check. We can also make these checkboxes exclusive so that he can only check only one. So that we can do from the settings here. So I think that is it. You've gotten to understand how the checkboxes work. So the next thing we might want to do, we can also preview so we see what we've done on a separate page. Okay, this is what it is. You can still inspect this and check what it will look like on a mobile device. You just click on your mobile, right click, inspect, and click on your mobile and select the kind of device you want to see it with. So let's assume we want to view it on iPhone. So this is what it's going to look like. Welcome. If you've come this far, I want to really congratulate you. You've done a great job and you've been able to create a very beautiful website. Okay, as you can see, we've done something very beautiful. We've also added an extra function on our form, which is not on the other site that we are actually copying from. So let's animate. When you refresh your website, you discover that those animation effects that we have on the other website are not here. So let's refresh the other website and see what the animation effects are. So the very first thing is that this title, the title of the hero section flies in, right? And then the button also just fits in, right? Even the about, now all these ones come in. So let's begin with the title. Let's animate everything on this page. So we come back to Elementor. Okay, I already have it open. If you don't have it open, all you need to do is just to click on edit with Elementor, or you go back to your dashboard. When you come to your dashboard, you come to pages and select the very page we are working on. You just click on edit with Elementor, and you'll be able to join me at this stage. Okay, so this is where we are, and we want to animate these pages. So let's refresh and be sure that everything is in one spot. So having refreshed, good. So we're on one page now. So we want to animate this text. So come, click on the text, come to advanced, and come to motion effect, and then we select what animation we want to use to animate that. So let's say we are using bounce in, no, bouncing in, sliding in, no. Let's look for something that rolls it in. So that's the exact thing that was used there. So we roll it in, and we can also roll this in. We'll click on the button, we'll come to advance, and then select motion effect, and then we can go and roll it in. You can just roll it in, so it is rolled in. I think we can increase the speed, make it slow, or make it faster. Okay, good. So you can do all of that. You can modify several other things here, the delays and all of that, but we don't want to take too much time. So by the time you log into this site, you're going to have that. Now on this you have, okay, we don't even have that, but I think we should have it on our own. We should have a hover animation on the button. So what we want to do is to put that hover animation. How do we do it? We just click on the button, come to styles, and come over to hover. And when we come to hover, we can change the text color on the hover. Maybe we'll make it a little darker when we hover. So we make it darker, or yeah, let's just make it darker. So when you hover on the text, it's going to change a little color. And then we also can add hover animation. So see what's happening, it pulls. Good. So we have that. You can also add border colors. So let's say maybe we're adding a white border color to that, and then let's see the border color. Okay, the border color we've added. We can also add the border type. What do we want the border type to be like? So will it be a color? So you see what happens? It changes color completely. That's because I changed the color. I can still empty this, so it becomes so, but then we want the opacity to be completely there. So you can do all of those things. You can animate. So let's not take too much time on that. Then we do the same thing here. For example, this is too much. So let me come back to the hover. Okay. We can just maybe reduce it a little. Let's come to the normal and take this color, copy it, and then maybe a darker shade of that color on the hover. So let's have it a darker shade of that color on hover. So but then the text color has to be brighter in that case. Text color has to be brighter. Solid border. I don't think we need the border. Just leave it. Okay, and then border color. Alright, and then we can our text color, let's make it whiter. It doesn't, okay, good. So we have a very good hover animation, as you can see. So the next thing we want to do is come and animate this. So click on the about, advanced, motion effect, and then maybe we just use anyone. Good. So bounce in. We click on this image. We can also animate it. Advanced. Come to motion effect. We'll just give it anyone, so we don't take too much time. You can animate this text. Advanced, motion effect. You just pick anyone and make it slow. Okay, and then this already has motion effect, so we'll come to this advanced, and then you come to motion effect, and then you pick any nice one that is nice by you. So let's not take the whole day on this, and then you come to this form. For this form, if we can animate them separately, we can animate them at once. So for example, if I should click on this and come to motion effect, and then I animate, I can animate an entire section. So you see everything slides in. However, I wouldn't want to animate an entire section, so let's animate them individually so that we'll have something unique from what we did earlier. So let's do this. Come advanced, and then we have motion effects, and animate this differently. So there we go. So you can do all those animations. It's quite easy, and we have successfully animated this page. So let's come and refresh what we've done and see what effects. So we have beautiful motion effects, as you can see. So we have all of that, but we've not added motion effects on this. It's just hover animation that we added. So let's add motion effects on these very ones too. So advanced motion effects, and just give it anything we feel will be nice. So I think rolling will be okay. So we come back and refresh, and there we go. So we come back here, we see all of that. Okay, so we have successfully animated this very page. In this class, we will be setting up our home page. We want to change our home page and make this very page that we've worked on our default home page. For example, if you remember, our project is localhost / me and you. So ordinarily, if you say, for example, log into a website and you type www.digifields.com, you're supposed to land on the home page. However, when we log into our home page, localhost.meandyou, we don't get to this very page. So let's try and load it to see what we're talking about. So we'll just clear this up and just leave it on me and you, localhost.meandyou, and we don't get to the home page. Instead, we have our post page as our default home page. So even though this is our home page, it doesn't reflect as our home page. The system, WordPress, has not recognized it as our home page. So we have to set it. So here we'll be setting it. All we need to do is to first go back to WP admin so we can get to our dashboard. Then we'll come to general, we'll come to settings and click general. So right there we'll come to, okay, general, we've already done these modifications. So we'll go straight to reading. We'll go to reading and say your home page displays. It displays your latest post. So you select static page and then you come and select the home page. So we'll select home, which is the page we created. The name is home. Once we do this and select save changes, now we have been able to set our home page to this. So, and this is what we refreshed earlier. Let's refresh it now and see. Let's come to me and you now. You can see me and you has already changed, and this is our home page. Okay, let's come back again and say localhost / me and you. Just change it, me and you. It has changed. It is no longer home. Okay, it is me and you straight up, which is our home page. Welcome. Now when we look at the very website we're copying, we'll discover that right here we have the menu bar that has the logo and the menu navigation bars, navigation options, okay, where you can click the about and the services and all of that. So we don't have that on our own site yet, so we want to create that option for our site. So how do we go about it? First, we need to go back to meandyou.wp-admin. So when we get back to WP-admin, you load that. Having loaded that, the next thing we want to do is to come to appearance, and we'll come to menu. So we need to create the menu. In order for us to create the menu, we need to do something. Let's come back to the home page, the Me and You home page, and then come to Elementor and edit with Elementor. So while this is here, we'll come back here and create our menu. If you come, you discover on our menu we have no menu right now. Okay, let's see. We have no menu, no existing menu, so we can create a menu. And so all we need to do is just to come and create menu. Write the menu name. Okay, let's write main menu, and then we click on create menu. When we click on create menu, don't forget we came to appearance, menus, and then click on create menu and click create. When we click create, it's going to ask us the menu settings. What should be this menu? This menu should be our primary menu. If we're going to use it as footer menu, we can also click on footer menu, but we don't intend to use. Let's leave it. We can still modify it eventually. So we want to use this menu as our primary menu and our footer menu. So let's save. Having saved this, now this menu that we have created does not have any attributes yet, so we want to create and add attributes to them. However, we only have one page, so we cannot add pages. Instead, we're going to be adding custom links. So we'll come to custom link and then create links for them. So the very first is going to be looking at our website. Looking at our website, we have the first section, which is the about us. For the home, it is the home, so there is no need of creating another home, because when you click on the logo, it takes you back to the home, and the home is just a single page. So all we need to do is to have a navigation to the about, our services, testimonial. So let's come first to the about. So we come right here and we give it a text. So it's going to be about, and then for the text we'll just put about. So we're going to put an anchor that will link straight to this about. So we'll add it to menu. It has added already. And then the next is our link. We'll put services, and then we write services and add it to the menu. And the next we have on our list is testimonials. So we come and write testimonials, and then we'll come and write testimonials, and then we add. And then the last one is contact us. So it's going to be contact. So we write contact, and then we write contact us as the menu navbar, the menu navigation. So we write contact us, and there we go. So there we go. So we have our menu already saved. So having written all these custom links, the about, the services, testimonials, and contact us, how do we now ensure that this is what reflects on our site? Because, for example, let's load again, localhost /me and you. When we load it, you see that even though we saved our primary navigation, it has not yet loaded. We don't yet have our navigation right here. So what are we going to do to make sure that our menu appears? All we need to do is come back to settings and change it to default and update. When we update, we're supposed to have our menu appear. Okay, our menu has appeared. So let's refresh what we've opened just now. Let's close this. This was what we are copying. Let's refresh what we've opened just now. So we refreshed, and did I update? Okay, I've not updated. Once I update now and refresh this page that we opened, it's supposed to reflect. So let me refresh. Let me refresh. So let me refresh. Okay, we've refreshed. As you can see, the navigation, the menu has already appeared. You can see our menu bar right there, and you can see the site title right here. Okay, this is replacing our logo because we've not provided a logo for this website yet, but now we have a beautiful navigation, and the footer did not appear. However, we have the copyright, the site title, and it's powered by Astra. So we want to change this Astra to our own name. Okay, so this is it. Now there's something else I want to show you before we leave here. We can actually create sub menus from here just by simply shifting these menus here. When you shift them, they become sub menus. So if I should save this and come back to my website and then I refresh, they become sub menus. So you see them, they are now under this service, testimonial, and all of that. And so that is how you create sub menus. But since we are not interested in making them sub menu, we just stand them out. Okay, we stand them out. So when we stand them out and save now and refresh again, they return back to their default location. So that is how you add a menu to your single page. But then when we click on about, it doesn't go to about. When we click on service, it doesn't go. When we click on testimonial, it doesn't go. Why? Because even though on our menu right here we created a link, we've not linked those spots. We have not linked about us to that menu. So next we want to do is to link those spots, and what we need to do is very simple. We just use an Elementor widget called anchor. So we drag the anchor and put it on about, right above about. So when we drag the anchor and put it right above about, we'll come back. So we'll check what is the URL for about. This URL for about is #about. So we copy that URL, take it to that anchor and paste it. When we paste it and apply and update, let's test it and see. We come back now, refresh our web page, and then click about. You see it takes us straight to about. Okay, so we're going to do that, repeat that for all other menus. So we'll come to service. We have this URL. We'll copy that URL. We come to services, and we look for anchor. We'll bring down the anchor right above service, and when we put it right there, we just paste this link, this URL, and update, and we go to testimonials. Now testimonial is too close to service, so we might want to either use a spacer. We'll come to our widget and search for spacer, or you remember earlier we used a different option, but now we can use spacer. So spacer is 50, so I think we're okay with that. You just enter it and it gives that space. Okay, so our anchor is here. So no, we've not added any anchor yet, so we'll look for the anchor widget, and then we'll still bring it right on top of the testimonials. So we bring it, and then we go copy the link for testimonials. When we copy that link, the URL, we copy it, we come back and paste it right in the anchor that is above testimonials. And the last of all is the anchor for contacts. Even the contacts, we need spacing, so we might also just put our spacer, just bring it right on top so we can have a little space, and then we bring our anchor. We'll bring our anchor right on it, and then we go copy the link for anchor and the link for the contact us, and come back and paste it. When we paste, we update. Now all our links will be working excellently well. So let's check it from here. Let's refresh this page. And then we click on contact us. It takes us straight to the contact us section. And then we click on testimonials. It takes us straight to testimonials. We click on services, it takes us straight to services. We click on the about, it takes us straight to the about. So that is it. We've successfully created our menu. Now when we look at this site, there is one more thing that we are yet to do, and you discover that this button right here, the button is having a blue color, and we have decided that our buttons should be orange. So how do we fix this? Because this button came with a default theme setting. So we can either do it from here by going to the site setting, and we go look for our buttons, and we change our button color. Okay, background type, classic. So let's copy that color again. We use our color picker Chrome extension, and then we come to, it's not the text color. What we are looking for is the background color. So let's see if that would affect it. It has affected it. So we update, and there we go. We've successfully changed. So press escape to release that color picker, and then refresh this page to see what happens to that button. Excellent. Our button has been is active. It has already changed colors. Now when you fill this form, because you're not actively online, it will tell you that there is an error. However, if you're working on a live server, I believe you would be able to see what we're talking about, and you'll be able to submit this form and receive automatic email from this very form. So that will be all for this class. I will see you in the next class. Now this was where we stopped in our last class, and our site is almost done. We have a few things we are yet to do. One of them is that our logo, we've not fixed our logo yet, and then these links are having a different color, even though they have a beautiful hover effect, but we would like them to be this very color. Okay, so how do we fix all that challenge? And then we have this Astra theme right here. So how do we fix all of that? So we can come back to our Elementor right here, and then we come back to this 3 lines here. You click on it, you come to site settings. Okay, when you come to site settings, let's come to site identity, and then you see here we have site logo. So you choose site logo, and then we fix our logo. We have 2 logo. Okay, let's use this. Now your logo has to be a PNG document. Okay, let's see if that will work. So that's our site logo. Let's update that and see. Let's update that and see, and refresh. Now we have our site logo, but it's very big, so we can do that correction. We can correct all of those things. One of the fastest way we can do that is simply coming to this very page where we have the logo and it's heavy, and all we need to do is just click on customize at the top here. Click on customize. You wait for it to load. Okay, we have all those options we were working on earlier there. We have them here. So we go straight to our site identity, and then site title and logo setting, and right here we will this display site title will off it. When we off it, the site title is no longer going to come out. If I on it, you see the site title there. So I off it, the site title is gone. So you update, but then your logo width, you want your logo to be smaller, so you reduce the width of the logo. So our logo width is reduced. Okay, our site title is hidden. Okay, this is still there, we don't want it, so look for it. Display site title, will off that. our site title is also gone. So we publish. So there we go. We have our beautiful logo right on our website. So what we are yet to do now is to fix this right up at the bottom.
So in order to remove this very setting, that is the Astra setting, we can easily come and click on this, or we go to the footer builder. So let's click on it. It's an easy way to go right there. So you can see it takes us there automatically. So also you can click on any of this that is highlighted, it takes you there automatically. So any option you want to edit, you just click and it takes you right there. Okay, so for example, this height, we can reduce the height, we can increase it. Okay, so anything you just click on, it takes you right there on the site to customize. So we want to customize this, we just click on it. We want to also customize this, we can click on it. So the height, let's see if we can mess with the height. I think 30 is okay. So click on the Astra, and so here it has copyright current here, site title, powered by. So we just erase this Team Auto and write TC Travels Consult. There we go. We update. We also want to check our site on mobile. So you check your mobile and see what it looks like. Now you see that on mobile our menu is not reflecting. We have a different menu on mobile, so we want to fix that. So you click that, click the mobile menu, okay, and then you come to configure menu, and secondary menu, change it to main menu. Off canvas menu, change it to main menu. Logged in account menu, change it to main menu. So everything remains main menu. Even footer menu, we change it to main menu and update. So let's check that now. You see it has reflected our new menu. So if we're checking on tablet, is also giving us our menu, and we're checking on desktop, we have our menu. Okay, one more thing. We've not hidden the site title on this mobile menu and on the tablet menu, but it is hidden on the desktop menu. So when we come to the mobile menu, all we need to do is just to off it and it's gone. And then we come to the tablet menu and also off it and it's gone. So we publish, and there we go, it is gone already, and we can view our menu from here, and we can view our menu from here, and we can go also to refresh our site and then view on mobile, and there we go, it's no longer there. Okay, it's no longer there. Let's see it on maybe a tablet. It's not there. Our menu here has different colors, so we'll come back and customize. I'll come to customize. We want to go to the global settings and we want to check colors, but now we want to check link colors. What are our link colors? So in order to pick the correct link color, we want to use our color picker and pick the right color. So we want it to be this color. So copy that hex value, come back right here, and then look for the link color and change it. So we click on this, come and click on this show detailed input, and then we paste our own and update. When we update, it gives it our new color. So let's see what it looks like. Let's open this and check what it looks like. As you can see now, we have it on our new color. Okay, you can see it's on our new color. So you can
can also do additional work. Probably, let's say our hover color. Let's now change the hover color to maybe a brighter version of that color, or let's hover it to black, completely black. You can hover it to black and update. So let's refresh and see what it looks like when it is hovered on. Okay, probably we should change the hover to this orange and see if it's gonna look cute. So change this, come and click on this and then change it to the orange. We paste our orange and update, and then come here and refresh, and then you see what happens. As you're hovering, it is changing to this different color. So there we go. We've succeeded in creating a very excellent website that is a single page, but is having a beautiful menu that works like a 5-page website.